Hello, good evening. Welcome to our contemplation and practice group. Hope everybody's well. We're contemplating course. We're actually getting pretty close to the end here. And we're on the chapter on impermanence. So it starts out Rinpoche remembering a story from when he was young. He says, contemplating impermanence has been a tremendous support in my own life. When I was 3 years old, I was recognized as the Tulku, or reincarnation, of the previous Chagdud Rinpoche. And at 4, I began training intensively with a tutor. Every day and evening, without any time off, I sat with him and studied. I often watched the other children playing outside, thinking how fortunate they were to be playing together. I wanted to join them in their games, and I missed my mother. During this same period of time, I started receiving teachings on impermanence. I didn't have much choice. If I didn't listen, I was punished. Luckily, I wasn't one to do things in a superficial way, so I really probed their meaning. My tutor told me that the more I reflected on impermanence, the more I would be able to use my precious human existence to help others, especially as a reincarnate Lama. I needed to accomplish something of benefit in this lifetime. Despite my young age, sick people came to me asking that I pray for them. Whenever someone died, the body was brought to me to be blessed before being buried or cremated. So I knew everyone who was sick and everyone who died. And I saw very clearly how fragile life is. At the age of 9, I began to receive formal meditation instructions. I learned that for something to be absolutely true, it has to be permanent, singular, and unaffected by anything else. I looked at life carefully, and I began to see that nothing meets these criteria. When I was 11, my mother put me in my first 3-year retreat. Day in and day out, without a break, I studied and meditated in a monastery with people of all ages. My mother told me to practice no matter what happened, because then I would be able to benefit others. She also spoke of impermanence so often that some people began to think she might not live much longer. And a few months later, she died giving birth. At first, I was in shock. There was no way at that age that I could comprehend my mother's death. When I heard the news, my first thought was, this is the meaning of impermanence. I had lost my mother, and I realized that I too would die, and so would everyone else. The assumption that I could count on anything in life was shattered. I didn't get angry at the world for being impermanent. I simply came to the realization that nothing is reliable. At 11, I had become the decision maker for my baby brother, sister, and other family members. My mother had left quite a bit behind, hundreds of yaks and dozens of horses. She had been building an enormous prayer wheel, and her last wish was that it be completed. So I used all of her wealth for this purpose. Now, not only was my mother gone, but so were most of our possessions. Only 6 yaks and 2 horses remained. It all happened so quickly, it was like a dream. When I turned 11, my little brother, to whom I was very attached, I loved him, but because of my trains, their deaths didn't completely overwhelm me. The more I contemplated, the more everything seemed illusory. I understood how easy it is to lose this precious human life. Because I knew it wouldn't last long, I took joy in each new day. I rejoiced each morning. How wonderful that I hadn't died in my sleep. When I was 13, my tutor suddenly left because of a family emergency, and I never saw him again. He had been my daily companion since I was 5. We had eaten, studied, and meditated together. We even slept in the same room. Our minds were intimately connected. He had done everything a mother would do, and his kindness rivaled that of my mother. At one time, 22 people in my family lived and ate together in a giant tent. All but 3 or 4 of them died during the communist Chinese occupation of Tibet. Some died in prison, some were killed, but most died of starvation. In 1959, I escaped from Tibet, leaving everything familiar to me, my family, my monastery, my country. Many of those who fled the country were strongly attached to their wealth and tried to take whatever they could on their back. Because they traveled slowly and were, the Chinese often caught them, took their possessions, and killed them or threw them in jail. On the other hand, the group I traveled with left everything behind and ran. We didn't even take a change of clothes. The others thought we were crazy, but we made it to India alive. Again, in the refugee camps in India, death was a constant and immediate presence. I cannot say that I didn't suffer, but because I had reflected deeply on impermanence, it was easier to bear the enormous death, loss, and tragedy. Now, everything I do is like play. I'm not apathetic or uninvolved, but rather like an old man playing with his grandchildren. I teach, share, and try to help as much as I can, but remembering none of it is permanent. I have fully learned that if we live each day as if it were our last, we will make choices that we won't regret at the time of death. Instead of getting completely caught up in our lives, in our hopes and fears, likes and dislikes, thinking we'll practice later, we will understand that there is no time to procrastinate. Who can say that death will wait? We need to unflinchingly confront the fact that we are in a race against death. We have to act quickly, doing all that we can to reduce our mental poisons and work toward realizing that which is beyond permanence and impermanence, the true nature of mind. The great Tibetan yogi Milarepa used to meditate naked on a mountainside under extremely harsh conditions. His sister had given him some cloth to make robes, but when she came to see him, she saw that the cloth was unused. "You're crazy," she said. "With very little effort, you could have made some robes to protect yourself from the cold and the wind and the snow." However, Milarepa thought that she was the crazy one, because in itself, sewing the cloth wouldn't have brought him one step closer to enlightenment. In the time it would have taken him to make robes, he had come to the understanding in meditation that no matter how good or bad things are, they come and go. He saw no need for robes. His realization gave him all the protection he needed. By the power of his practice, he experienced warmth and bliss while sitting naked in the snow, whereas others suffer while sitting in warm clothes. on soft cushions. Not much to add to that. Extremely powerful words. I actually read an article yesterday in the Wall Street Journal about a Tibetan refugee's escape from Tibet. 12 year escape. I don't want to get too much into it online, but it was very interesting. Settling prayer. Orjin Yujin Lujan San Pema Gesar Dompo La Yatsin Jing Odrone Pema Jungne Jesodra Gordo Kadro Mampe Gor Chechi Jesodadrochi Jinji La Jeso So Guru Pema Siddhi Orjin Yujin Nujan San Pema Gesar Dombo La Yatsin Jogi Ngodromne Pema Jungne Jesodra Gordo Kadro Mambe Gor Chechi Jesodadroji Jinji Lamji Jeso So Guru Pema Siddhi Orjin Yujin Nujan San Pema Gesar Dompo La Yatsin Jogi Ngodromne Pema Jungne Jesodra Gordo Kadro Mampe Gor Chechi Jesodadroji Jinji Labji Jeso So Guru Pema Siddhi Om. In the space in front of me, the mother of all victorious ones, Aryatara. Now, as I and countless others, samsaric suffering, I seek Buddhahood to gain temporary and ultimate happiness for myself and all living beings. For this reason, I take refuge in Aryatara, embodiment of pure awareness, inseparable from all perfect qualities of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yidam, and Dakini. Now, as I and countless others are lost in the ocean of samsaric suffering, I seek Buddhahood to gain temporary and ultimate happiness for myself and all living beings. For this reason, I take refuge in Aryatara, embodiment of pure awareness, inseparable from all perfect qualities of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yidam, and Dakini. Now, as I and countless others are lost in the ocean of samsaric suffering, I seek Buddhahood to gain temporary and ultimate happiness for myself and all living beings. For this reason, I take refuge in Aryatara, embodiment of pure awareness, inseparable from all perfect qualities of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yidam, and Dakini. From the depths of my heart I pray, evoking from Tara's forehead, throat, and heart a brilliant surge of rainbow light. As the light rays touch me and all other beings, the poisonous fruits of negative karma, sickness, demonic afflictions, and obstacles evaporate like dew in the morning sun. Merit, wisdom, glory, wealth, and longevity increase beyond measure. Illustrious Tara, please be aware of me, remove my obstacles, and quickly grant my excellent aspirations. Chetsampa madroma checheno gache gonsal sanda yudruzo. Chetsampa madroma checheno gache gonsal sanda yudruzo. Chetsampa madroma checheno gache gonsal sanda yudruzo. Chetsampa madroma checheno gache gonsal sanda yudruzo.
Chetan Bagma Droma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bagma Droma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bagma Droma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bagma Droma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Droma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zandan Yuruzo Chetan Bama Droma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zandan Yuruzo Chetan Bama Droma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zandan Yuruzo Chetan Bama Droma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zandan Yuruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Chetan Bama Roma Chechen No Gachen Gonzal Zamdan Yudruzo Om Dari Tam Soha 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 Om Dari Soha Om Dari Tam 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 Soha Om Ahum, the 3,000-foot Mount Meru, the four continents, the minor continents, and the splendor and glory of gods, nagas, and humans, together with their roots of virtue, are emanated as vast and extensive clouds of perfectly pure offerings. I offer them to Tara, mother of the victorious ones. Tram Guru Ratna Mandala Idam Yami. By the power of having prayed thus from the heart, may the enlightened mind be mastered and appearances perceived purely as the deity's body. May the meaning of the developing and completion stages be naturally internalized. May conditions inauspicious to the perfect path be pacified, and all conceivable auspicious conditions and aspirations be fulfilled. May the stains and obscurations of non-virtue be cleansed, and harm from other beings and bad dreams be averted. Grant the blessing of protection from the fear of lower existences. May rebirth not occur in the 8 states devoid of leisure to practice. May all lifetimes be remembered and faculties be clear. May discipline be pure and the mind attend to Dharma. From the ripening of karma caused by delusion, grant the blessing that shields, protects, and conceals. May the malignancy of enemies, demons, and ghostly interferences, the harmful effects of untimely death, epidemics, and illnesses caused by poisons, all be pacified and purified, and may the wisdom and activities of Tara be revealed. Om Ahum. In the pure realm of the victorious ones, the spontaneous presence of the three Kayas, is she who gives birth to victorious ones of the three times, a cloud of inexhaustible bliss of the three secrets. I bow to you, O sublime guide of the three realms of existence. From now until I reach enlightenment, I will rely on you as my sole source of refuge and protection. In accordance with your former aspirations and commitments, do not waver in your compassion. Fully bestow on me your powers, blessings, and cities. Whosoever sees me, hears me, touches me, or remembers me, by these four means of liberation and by the most sublime city, may I be capable of freeing all those connected to me, and may my attainment become equal to yours. Without relying on the power of magnetizing, how could one gain the necessary qualities to care for others? May I influence all those to be tamed, positive and negative without exception, by inspiring in them the four kinds of devotion. Furthermore, upon mastering positive qualities within a state of liberation, may all beings quickly attain the actual form of the victorious ones, resplendent with the major and minor marks of perfection. Until such time, may we be free from the eight great fears and from malevolent influences. May such favorable qualities as longevity, glory, and excellence flourish. May the yogas of the two stages be mastered, and may we be free from obstacles. In all countries, may disease, war, and famine be pacified. May all beings have bliss, happiness, and engage in the Dharma. May the Buddha's teachings be propagated, and may all beings come under the guidance of Tara, Mother of the victorious ones. Attachment to ordinary appearance and clinging to my corporeal forms subside. From the space of emptiness, my mind's natural awareness spontaneously appears as the brilliant red seed syllable Tam. Instantly, Tam transforms into the luminous form of the noble Tara. She is smiling and exceedingly beautiful. Her right hand is in the gesture of supreme generosity and holds a long life face. Her left hand is in the gesture of the three jewels and holds a red utpala flower by the stem. Within the petals of the flower are a fully drawn bow and arrow made of delicate flowers. Her garments are made of exquisite silk and draped perfectly in graceful folds. She wears wish-fulfilling jewels and splendid ornaments, as well as a garland of lotus flowers. Half of her hair is in a knot at the crown of her head, half flows down her back. She sits in the posture of royal ease on a sun disk resting on a red lotus. A full moon appears behind her. The Buddha Amitabha sits on a lotus above her head. On a red lotus and sun disk in her heart, the seed syllable Tam is encircled by the mantra mala. As the mantra is recited, the mantra mala begins to revolve. Radiating light from the mala forms an offering to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. Returned as wisdom blessings, the light is reabsorbed. Then light radiates again to the beings of the 6 realms, dissolving all suffering and transforming everything into the pure phenomena of Tara's Pure Land. Om Taritam Som. Om Taritam Som. Om Taritam Som. Om Taritam Som.
Soha. Ah, ah. Then you reappear spontaneously in the form of Tara. Appearances are perceived purely as the body of the deity, sounds as the speech of the deity, and thoughts as the mind of the deity. This perception of pure phenomena is held as extensively as possible throughout the day. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice, and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, then similarly I who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. At this very moment, for the peoples and the nations of the earth, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. Rather, may their moral conduct, merit, wealth, and prosperity increase, and may supreme good fortune and well-being always arise for them. Chime gonye bema sambhava sasan rabjan jenze no payi gerji wancho joge trope ko kusan de chen setin tarjin sho. Chime gonye bema sambhava sasan rabjan jenze no payi gerji wancho joge trope ko kusan de chen setin tarjin sho. Chime konye pema sambhava sasan rajan jenze nobai karji wancho joge drobe ko koson de chen setin darjin sho penden jewe ne jebo denba yure ne padan denba zimbe jebona koson jaltsin tenjer chi Ken lo jo son rin lo je zalin za son cha par vel dro dro jo son na wada midra do son gele sho. May bodhicitta, sublime and precious, arise where it has not yet arisen, and where it has already arisen, may it continue to grow and become more and more stable. Okay, thank you for coming and joining us tonight. Hope you have an excellent week and we'll see you next week.